If you've ever watched the movie Above the Rim and you see how Tupac pulled out the razor blade from under his tongue, yeah. The Puerto Ricans on the west side had to teach me how to, you know, carry a razor. Okay. So a lot of you guys aren't aware of the fact that I have been bullied my entire life. Elementary school, I was bullied by this midget. Yes. Yes, I was bullied by a midget. Okay, so it was this girl, in elementary school, second, third grade, it was this girl that I can't say I didn't like her. I just thought that she was not even weird or strange. I just thought she was just a mean person, put it that way. In elementary school, second, third grade, you know, that's when I developed the skill of braiding hair, right? And so I remember just being, on the playground and me and my friends. And, I had one Amish girl. She had red hair. She was a ginger. And, I put her hair in two pigtails. And we was just having a little girl talk on the playground, second, third grade, elementary school. And so this girl would come over and try to bully her way into our little three girl clique. We didn't go around bullying people or anything like that. We were just three girls on the playground that used to, braid our hair down. And what we would do is swing on the swings. Now, when we would swing, we would go over the rail bar. And for me, I would try to do it twice because my Amish friend, the redhead ginger, she knew how to do that shit twice. She would swing so high. She would get higher and higher and then flip that bitch. And then swing high and higher and then swing over the bar again and never fall off the swing. And then I had another friend. She was a little chunky. She was a little thick, second, third grade, but she knew how to swing just like my Amish friend. So we was just three little girls on the playground, just, braiding. Well, put it this way. We had to put our hair in braids because as you swing over the bar, the last thing you want is for your hair or your coat or anything like a shirt or anything to get caught, because at this time there were on the playground, it was made of wood chips. And falling on those wood chips was a monster. Okay. And so anyway, second, third grade, elementary school, me and my two friends on the playground, we would braid our hair and swing. And out of nowhere, this snot nose weird girl would try to bully her way in, and she would push my friend, the redhead ginger Amish girl. She would push her and sit down and say, braid my hair just like hers. And I would be like, no. Me and my two friends walked the fuck off. And that pissed her off. So she told her brother. Her brother was in middle school. And he was a midget. So he would pick her up after school and she had him bully me after school. Yeah, yeah. Middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Yeah, yeah. By this time, the midget bully, my mom checked him. My mom checked him, the snot-nosed little sister. She done went to his family, told his mama, make sure your kids don't bother my kids. She checked everyone in their family. And honestly, I ain't heard from them since then. I don't remember seeing the snot-nosed girl and her midget brother after elementary school. I just never seen them again. So come middle school, I had been bullied so much, at this time, play with it if you want to. Ain't no more running up on me. Ain't no more, being scared of a man. Cause in my eyes, he was a middle schooler. Yeah, he was a midget. Looking back on it, he was a midget. But looking back on it, he was so big to me. He would push me down. And every time I would try to get up, he would just keep pushing me down, keep pushing me down. You know what I'm saying? And then one day, you know, she pushed the Amish girl and I just grabbed her by her hair and just beat her. Listen, I had no problems, fighting her. But for some reason, when she caught her brother having a boy bully me was so intimidating to me because I always felt like, boys would fight boys and girls would fight girls. And that was my first experience, having a boy not give a fuck and just willing to put his hands on a girl. It was intimidating to me. So come middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I'm fully prepared with this knowledge that boys will fight girls just as much as girls put their hands on boys. So I was fully aware of that, right? But for some reason in middle school, I was cool with everybody. You know, we had this guy. He would wear all black. He would paint his fingernails black, and you would think he was just into the whole goth look. And it was something off about him. People thought he was dark and sadistic, but for me, I was cool with him. It's weird because it's weird because now he's a school teacher. But in middle school he wore all black. He would wear trench coats, leather coats, all black, and just people thought he was weird, but he was my friend. I was cool with him, you know? And then there was this girl. She smelled like, urine every day. She smelled, you know, something was going on with her. Everybody called her the pee pee girl, but she was my friend. So I brought extra clothes to school. She was my friend. And fast forward today, she's a therapist. you know? The guy on the basketball team, popular, plays sports. Everybody knows who he is. I'm cool with him too. It was another guy, He used to be the guy to throw all the parties. I was cool with everyone. Come middle school, had no problems, you know, until this one new student shows up. Here it is. I'm cool with everybody. I'm not trying to be popular. I don't care about being popular. I'm just cool with everybody. Everybody knows my older sisters. Everybody know my younger sister. It was all good till about a week ago. It was all good. But this new student, she shows up, and it was so weird because she was going around telling everybody we're related, that we're family, we're cousins. Now let me be clear. I have a cousin that, she has about 7 or 8 kids. I've only met about maybe 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, she's one of those women, all these different kids, all these different baby daddies. So one of her baby daddies is the new student's uncle, I think. I don't listen. But they weren't married. So we weren't even related through marriage. All it is that somebody in her family had a baby by somebody in my family. That's it and that's all. So she shows up to school telling everybody we're related. And mind you, I hadn't met this girl before she showed up at the school. And when she got there, I'm like, who? Like, I had no idea who this girl was. But she knew of me and my sisters, you know? And she was especially cool with my older sister. My older sister knew her, met her. I didn't meet. I had no idea. All I know is this girl shows up to the middle school talking about we're related, And she would go around bullying people. Because in her, listen, let me be clear. I have two older sisters, but we're all a year apart. So I'm in the sixth grade, I have a sister in the seventh grade, and have a sister in the eighth grade. you know? So it's like she's going around like, yeah, that's my people, that's my family. Fuck with us and do this and do. Now, mind you, I haven't even formally even met her. But she just had this idea that we family, and somebody mess with her, they're gonna have to deal with all of it. Like she bullied her way into my life, literally. And so, like I said, I was cool with everybody. There was this one guy. He was quiet, meek, shy. You know, he didn't bother anyone. He's the type of guy, he would open the door for the girls, and just, if you drop something, he'll pick it up for you. He was a nice, quiet kid. But I knew him personally because I played basketball with him before. I was a tomboy. So, we would ride our bikes down hills. He was a he was cool, but he was quiet. Why is she picking on him? So after about a week, this girl that called herself my cousin, she's picking on him and bullying him. One day, she just slapping him all in the head. And he's throwing up his arms, blocking his head. He's covering his head. He's not going to hit a woman, and she knows that. But there are people in my family that are, they box. People in her personal, in her on her side of the family, people fight. People know how to throw them hands. People in my family, they're tall, they're big, they're people you not want to fuck with, like, just. But why is she hitting on him, knowing that he won't hit her back, and knowing that she has people that'll fight on her behalf? Why is she picking on him? It's because she knew she could. But what she didn't know was that he was actually a friend of mine. Yeah, it seems as though I'm popular. It seems as though I'm cool with everybody and know everybody. And it seems as though I only hang out with certain people. But no, I know him personally. I've hung out with him personally. I knew him before you even got your ass here. So for her to be slapping him all upside the head and bullying him, okay, I dealt with it. I let her talk crazy, okay. But now you putting your hands on him. And I said, okay, that's enough. Okay, stop. I told her, okay, enough is enough. And she plexed up, you know? She got all tough. She puffed out her chest. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, wait a minute. Now I asked you to leave him alone, but now you coming at me. Let me just diffuse the situation. Okay, he's not going to hit you back, so stop hitting him. Enough is enough. But she plexed up like she. Needless to say, in middle school, I beat the fuck out of my cousin. Put it that way. And it was one of those fights. Ain't no coming back from that. So coming from elementary school, coming up off of middle school, now we get to high school. There's a group of girls, a clique, a gang. They go around antagonizing people. People begin to get scared. They're scared of these girls because they're known to they're known to just pick on people and knock them out, like literally put them to sleep, male and female. Just a group of high school girls just antagonizing people. And one day one of the girls literally just attacked me, just out of nowhere. I don't know these girls. I never spoken to these girls, never had an issue with. I didn't even know these girls even knew who I was in this big high school. But one of the girls out of this clique, this gang of girls, she just attacked me out of nowhere. I beat the shit out of this girl. Listen to me. I drug her through the goddamn halls. I banged her head through on the lockers. I wrapped my hand in her hair and just start banging her head on the concrete. Everybody surrounding us. People, ooh, ooh, you know how it is. People surrounded us and watched her get her ass beat. And two more girls run up. So I'm fighting these two girls. Everybody like, oh, I hear it. I hear it. But I'm punching, I'm kicking, I'm pulling hair. Next thing you know, it's three girls on the ground. And I'm just standing there. Principal come through, the teachers pulling everybody out, people going back in the classroom, all that. I get expelled. Well, me and the girls, we all get expelled, but I get expelled because I got attacked by a person I didn't even know. I didn't even know this girl. I didn't even know she knew me. She attacked me. And then her friends run up trying to help her out and they get fucked up too. It's not my fault. Right? Right. So I get kicked out of that high school. I go to another one. Come to find out, this high school is kind of in the hood. Now, anybody that knows me personally, I didn't grow up in the hood, in the projects, nothing like that. I grew up in the suburbs. So, for me to get kicked out of that high school and have to go to the hood high school, it was a whole different story. The girls down here, they would stab you with a pencil. They would, listen, oh my God, it was horrible. It was like jail. Put it that way. It was like jail. And so the second week at this high school, this Puerto Rican girl snatched me by my braids from the back and I dropped to the floor. But I think she was trying to either kick me or stomp me, but I rolled to the left. She still got my hair in her hands, wrapped around her hair, right? But I rolled to the left. And for some reason, I just tackled her like wrestling. Again, I was a tomboy. I was into playing sports. I was into wrestling, you know? I was into the Eggman Man, The Rock. I was into all that. So I did a wrestling move on her ass. I grab her by the waist and I'm running. I'll hit the locker. I get up. She let go of my hair. I you know, I I just start punching and just I just she listen, I punched her. I didn't know I knocked her out. All I know is she hit the ground and I just kept kicking. Just kept kicking. I saw blood, kept kicking. I didn't give a fuck. I kept kicking. Another Puerto Rican girl run up. I see something in her hand. I don't know what it was. To this day, I think it might have been a razor. All I know is she was running towards me and I stuck my foot out to kick and she ran into that bitch. Now, again, I was a tomboy. I either wore Timberland boots or Air Force Ones. Either that day she had a tree mark on her forehead or a Nike check. That's all I know. Right? So I get kicked out of the hood high school too. I go to an alternative high school. I get there and come to find out, the Puerto Rican girl that snatched me by my hair and the Puerto Rican girl that tried to run up, their cousins went to the alternative high school. And in my mind, I'm thinking that they're going to jump me because I beat up their cousins. What I didn't know was that I had built a reputation for myself. What I didn't know was certain females had their eyes on me to defeat me, to try to fight me, to beat me up, to get clout. I wasn't aware of that because remember, all the way back to elementary school, the midget bully. Remember, I had to fight my cousin in middle school. Remember, I got jumped in high school. Then I get, attacked in another high school. And now I'm at an alternative. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all my life I had to fight, literally. Color purple, yeah. In my mind, I'm thinking, all these people are literally attacking me. As you can see, there's a pattern. I'm not bothering anyone. I'm not bullying anyone. I'm not antagonizing any. I'm not bothering any. I'm not picking fight. These people are literally coming after me, right? So at this alternative school, the Puerto Rican girls, that's the cousins of the other girls, I'm thinking, oh shit, here it is. I gotta fight again. But that wasn't the case. These girls wanted me to join their gang, a street gang. They wanted me to join their gang. I said no. They jumped me. So now I get jumped again at the alternative school. But again, these hands, this experience of being bullied so much, the anger, the rage, again, I get kicked out of this school. So now I have to go to get my GED. Oh my God. Now, I'm taking the classes to get my GED, and I meet some girls on the west side, and I'm telling them about my experience, and it just is what it is. I'm tired. I'm 18 at this time. I'm tired. I've been fighting all my life. I've been bullied all my life. I'm goddamn tired, And so the Puerto Rican girls taught me how to carry knives. They taught me how to put a blade under my tongue. They taught me how to protect myself. They taught me this behind the scenes gang shit, put it that way. That's all I'm gonna say. But later on in life, these skills, these tools would later come to help me. So I need you all to stick with me, to ride with me, to listen to my story so you can understand that these little nuggets that were dropped in my lap protected me. And I'm sharing it with you. So hopefully I'll help someone else. But just in case you hear my other story of how I defeated a psychopath, that's how I learned to carry a razor under my tongue. Because I was bullied from elementary all the way up, still to this day. But anyway, I was bullied from elementary all the way up to high school, and I didn't accept initiation into a street gang, and so some of the people actually pulled me to the side and said, this ain't for you. This ain't the life for you. But there's something about you that you need to learn this. And so some of the girls that were in the gang that couldn't actually physically defeat me, physically fight me and win, you know, admired the fact that I didn't have to be in a gang. I didn't come from the hood, the ghetto, the project. I didn't come from that. But for some reason, they were coming for me, and they felt the need to teach me that maybe you need to learn some of these things, because it's something about you. You don't want to join our gang, but you about that life. And to some capacity, you about that life. And so if you were wondering from the last story, why and how and when I learned to carry a blade under my tongue, and how to, use certain tools, you know, yeah, that's where I got it from. So, no, I'm not, a part of that life. I'm not a criminal. I'm not any of those things, but listen to me. I have been targeted my entire life. As you can hear from the story, I've been targeted my entire life. And I will continue to be a targeted individual. But I'm not such an easy target. I get it. People want to intimidate me. People want to scare me. People want to control me. People want to instill fear. I get it. I get that thirst for wanting to dominate me. But understand something. There is something in me that won't allow that to happen. No, it's not the projects. It's not a gang. It's not affiliation. It's not criminal behavior. It's not formal training in any boxing or Muay Thai or any of that. It's my heart. It's my spirit that's willing to fight, protect, and defend myself. And if you have that in you, stay with me because I got some shit to teach you. I hope this helps.